So to put all that together, let's draw a simple box. And for that, I'm just going to go into a blank space and draw a line. So L is L, or line, or draw line. I'm just going to click the simple ribbon. First point of line, just select somewhere on the screen. And we're going to say at, let's say 3 foot, comma, 2 foot. Enter. Whoops. Forget that. Control Z. Messed up. At we want it 3 foot, comma 0, because what I'm doing is going 3 foot in the X direction, 0 foot in the Y direction. So if I do that, enter, I have that point right there. From that point, I could go in the positive, or actually at 0, comma 2 foot, which means that I'm going in the X direction 0 inches or 0 feet, and I'm going in the Y direction 2 foot. There it is. And now I could say at negative 3 foot, comma 0, because I'm going in the Y direction 0. If I hit enter, it's going to go right back right on top of where I was. If I type in C, I guess I could type in at 0, comma negative 2, and it'll take me to the original point. Or if I type in C and enter, it takes me to the original closing point. C means to close, so it's going to go to the original point. Please note that each of these lines are separate. You could select them individually. If I select the polyline tool, polyline is basically a line that is connected. So if I click on a space and then same deal, at 3 foot, comma 0, enter. And then the next point, if I put at 0, comma positive 2 foot, it's going to go there. And then I want to go into negative. So at negative 3 foot, 0, negative 3 foot, comma 0. And it's going to take me to right above. And if I just take my cursor there and click, that'll close it. Or type in C, enter, or the space bar. Okay, so the difference between these two, polyline and the line tool, is that in the line tool the lines are individual. In the polyline tool, the lines are all connected. Okay, so that choice is also available in Rhino, either by the left mouse button or right mouse button line that you choose. Okay, going down the list of the Draw tab, Draw menu, we could go into the C for circle. Okay, so if we go into the circle, we'll notice that we have a pull down. If we go into the pull down, you'll notice that you could select the circle from the center of the rate and then choose the radius. If you hover over it, you should be able to get a little graphic. So 1 is the center point, 2 is the radius distance. Or you could choose a center diameter, 2 points, 3 points, tangents, and all that. But let's choose the center radius first. And from that, just click anywhere on the board. And then if you click out in space, it'll give you that circle. If you wanted to do a exact distance, you could type it out like 3 foot, enter, and then that'll give you a 3 foot radius. Okay. the arc works in the same way. If there is any time this pull out arrow, you have other options into getting the arc drawn in there, or the circle, or whatever. The thing is, the arc command comes in really handy when you're drawing a door swing. But anyways, first things first, if I say start, center, end, I'm going to go into the start location, and then center I'm going to put here, and then the arc I'll put somewhere else. Usually it works in a counterclockwise or the clockwise direction, so there it is. We have a rectangle tool, and again there is a pull out, which means that you could draw a rectangle or a polygon. We're going to keep with a rectangle for now, and we kind of drew this already. Rectangle, rectangle. Okay, so if you can at this point, draw two rectangle that is overlapping each other as such. Okay. Below that we have the ellipse tool. Okay, the ellipse tool. So that also has different ways of selecting. I'm just going to put center and then the sides. Okay, so center, select the command, select and go off to one side, and then bring it back to the size that you want. And again, you could type in the exact dimension if you were to do so. The hatch command, we're going to do it a little bit later, because this has a lot more things that we'll have to input. So we'll come back to this later. If you click on the arrow right here, you'll have a lot more choices of different line types to use. The one that will probably come in most handy is the X line, or the construction line. Okay, but we'll show this command when we're demonstrating other stuff, so don't worry about that. Just know that the ribbon is organized into tools, modify, annotation, and so forth, and every time you click on the tab here, it's going to change the ribbons. But for now, what's important is the draw ribbon tab. Okay, so as long as you know how to draw these lines, circles, squares, all that, you should be fine.